worked a crazy amount last semester overall. I always thought it was a girl. She's also very friendly and awesome when she's around, and always is doing what she needs to be doing. Very proactively cleaning and standing at OLS, and she just overall did a great job this past semester. So thank you.
Helps out in the kids.
All right, FS of the month.
No surprise, you're on our panel. Gracie. Always going above and beyond, rocking out those student rec opens, but also always willing to help us when we have things like this, helping with interviewing some of you new hires, all of those things, always volunteering her time just to do extra beyond what she's normally responsible for. All right, super shifters.
FAs first. Drum roll, please, for FA Super Shifters.
Ryan Leslie.
All right. Drum roll for FS Super Shifters.
All right, announcements. Oh, here we go. We talked about contact info before, so if you don't have it, snap a picture of it. Our cell numbers are up there, Lexi's and mine and Leah's, but Leah's office phone is also on there, and our emails. So please use these emails to contact us, not our regular UFL email. And please save our cell phone numbers. Don't message me on GroupMe. Text me first or call me, but don't talk to me through GroupMe, please. I think there's another slide on this. Oh, we have 2 fitness interns, Leah and Jarrett. They're sitting up on our panel. So just in case you were to ever need to reach out to them, admin team, so Leah, myself, and Lexi will be your go-to, but just in case you need to contact them, there it is. Next. Okay, so how to communicate. If something is not that urgent, you don't need a response right away, please email all 3 of us. So CC, Leah, myself, Lexi on there. And if we email you all, we will all 3 already be on there. So please reply all so we're all in the loop and on the same page as far as communication goes. Just makes it a lot easier and you'll get a response faster because whoever sees it first will respond. If it's something that's somewhat urgent, it's not an emergency, but you need a quicker answer, you can text us. You have our cell numbers, not a GroupMe message, text us. And when you text me, please say, "Hi Bianca, this is so-and-so." That way I know who it is and I can save your number and not have to look it up and try to figure out who it is. If it's urgent, please call. Please call. So when you have, not when, if you have an emergency and you're running late or you can't make it, call us. Or no one shows up to an open, call. These are general expectations, but beginning of the semester, we'll just go over it again. Everybody should be accessing the facility through either the hand key or with your Gator One ID. This is when you're coming in for a shift, when you're coming in to work out on your own, every time you enter the facility. Access through hand key or with your Gator One. Do not ask operations to break the rules for you and just let you in. We went over this. If you're running late to a shift, call the facility, okay? If people are already there on shift, they should not have their cell phones out, therefore they wouldn't see if you messaged them through GroupMe or sent them a text. So you need to call the facility. Those numbers should be listed for you. I'll make sure you have them, but you can save the weight room number or the front desk number. Also, reading the weekly staff notes are required of everybody. Okay, you're responsible for knowing that information. That's why we take the time to compile those staff notes for you, and it's stuff that you need to know. So I post an action item in there for you all to respond to, and I get about 3 responses, sometimes maybe like 7. And we have a lot more people on staff than that. So please respond to my action items. That's how I know you read the information. Going forward, I will document if you are not responding. So I want hundreds of responses this week and every week. And
So going into this next semester, there's obviously gonna be a lot of people coming in, New Year's resolutions and such. So now more than ever, it is of utmost importance that we are circulating, cleaning, rotating, all the things that we know we're supposed to be doing all the time. Start them now, it's a new year, we're gonna start off on the right foot. That being said, there should always be someone at OLS when there's someone checked into OLS. So never should there be a time that someone is working on our platforms and there's not one of us standing right there, okay? So just remember, this is just a reminder, we already know it, but we're gonna be a lot more strict about that going forward, so just be aware that 4 people behind the desk is absolutely unacceptable, and at Southwest anyway, and we need to be rotating it out. Okay?
What day are we gonna post the updates?
Wednesday. Good question. These are policy refreshers because I guess they came up last semester. So for the locker policy, patrons have 5 attempts to guess if they don't know like which locker is theirs or they couldn't get their locker unlocked. They have 5 attempts to guess the right locker with their belongings. If after that they are unsuccessful, they didn't find their locker with their stuff, they can either return at the end of the night to claim their items when all lockers are open. So at the end of the night, they open all the lockers and put anything that's left and lost and found, so they can claim it then. If they think a theft occurred, then they can report the item stolen to UPD. And the reason behind this is just so that everyone gets a fair number of tries and to protect the property of everyone's belongings in the lockers. So we just want to stay consistent. Facility operations uses this policy as well, so we want to make sure everyone's receiving the same service as far as that goes. On facility issues, again, be as specific as possible. When RMs are going through and looking at that document, they get to something and they're like, I have no idea what's wrong with it. So be as specific as you can. List the type of machine, so what it does, the brand name if it's on there, the machine number, there should be a sticker with a big number on it, and where it's located within the weight room.
Going off of that, while it's typically the supervisor who would like go through the process of facility issues, putting an out of order sign on something and not putting anything in the document doesn't help anyone, because then there's just a sign there and no one can figure out what's wrong with it or if it's actually broken or what's going on. So remember the protocol. You put the out of order sign is for patrons, but you need to communicate via facility issues to let us know what's going on and let maintenance know so that it can be fixed. Okay? And we don't remove any out of order signs. We just don't touch them. So if they're there, they're there. So let the RM and maintenance get to that. Okay?
First aid, the risk management went in and organized that, so it should be really neat and organized and labeled, so it's super easy to find anything if you need it. There's also a supply list taped inside of the door so that you know what's inside of the kit and what should be in there, so if something's not in there and it needs to be replenished, you can make note of that. With Band-Aids, we used to keep Band-Aids out on the counter. We're not going to do that anymore. Band-Aids should be kept within the first aid kit. That way, when people really, really need a Band-Aid, they can come and ask for one. You can give them one, but people aren't just coming and swiping Band-Aids whenever they feel like it. Also, for shift coverage, new timeline, we're going to update the handbooks to reflect this information, but the expectation is that at least 2 weeks in advance, you are posting your shift on the trade board and making an effort to get that shift covered. 72 hours before the shift, you need to have called everyone. If you're reaching out for us to help you out with getting that shift covered, we're going to ask for your call log, not your text log, not your group me communication. So that should be done at least 72 hours in advance. Next. Some payroll changes and hour changes. So Rec Sports tracks hours from Friday to Thursday, so not like a typical week. So that is when your 20 hours is in, or 31 if you have an hour's extension. So from Friday to Thursday, 20 hours over the span of those days. The last Wednesday and Thursday on every pay period will not be on your paycheck, it will be on the next one. So it used to be just Thursday, now it's the last Wednesday and Thursday. It will not be on that paycheck, it will be on the following one. When I have more info on this, I will send it out, but there's going to be a fire drill test here this week. So just make sure you're up to speed on like the emergency action plan so you know how to handle that. This is a long block of text. It will be in the weekly. I think it already was. But this fall, we will not close on Saturdays on football Saturdays. We will remain open. Yeah. Is that it? All right. You all are good to go. Make sure you clock out before you